All right, hey, bud. This is Kevin with LaGrange Coach Matt Napier. Coach, how are you doing,
Great.
man?
How are you?
Yeah, great. It's good to see you, man. I am
Yeah.
so excited about this game
Yeah.
Friday night. But we're talking before we started filming. First of all, it's gonna be nice to be at home.
No
It's
doubt. It's
been
been
a
a
while.
while, right?
Y'all played a troop in the regular season. Then
Yeah.
finished the regular season at Upson Lee. Played 4 playoff games on the road. You look to this
Yeah.
season at Harris County, and then 2 regular season games on the road. So it's gonna be nice to be at Callaway Stadium,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. It's been a while. I think
Yeah.
we played the scrimmage game against Callaway, and we were
Right.
on the visitor side for that game. Just
Yeah.
happened to be, and but the new turf, that
Yeah.
home atmosphere. We'll
Yeah.
need our
Yeah.
people in a big time game
Yeah.
like this one, and the
Yeah.
Granger fans always show up, and
Yeah.
we're going to need them for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. Sandy Creek, crazy talented.
Yeah.
I mean, they're. I think you look at a lot of the rankings; they're at the top of most of them, and that's for a reason.
That's right.
Just going to be a big time challenge, and your guys will need to be at their best, won't they?
No doubt. I mean, they're ranked that high for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
I mean, you turn the film on, and they've got just about everybody
Yeah.
back from last
Right.
year. So they were loaded, ranked number one all season last year.
Yeah.
So we know we got our hands full. We know it'll be a great atmosphere.
Right.
They'll be ready to play us,
Right.
obviously, and it'll be a great challenge.
Yeah.
But the guys have been preparing well. We're
Yeah.
looking forward to that challenge. Looking forward to the opportunity to compete
Yeah.
and go out there and be ready to play.
You can't ask for much more from your guys these first 2 weeks. Obviously, beat a really good Cat team, the Corky Hill Classic last week at Early County. Just took care of business in the first
Right.
half. So the guys they've played awfully well these first 2 weeks, haven't they?
Yeah, and you throw in the scrimmage game.
Right. Yes.
Even though it's a scrimmage,
Yeah.
it's a quality opponent,
Right.
and it's an opportunity for us to get better. So the guys have played really, really well. We're expecting that to continue
Right.
and get better. We were not content. There are a lot of improvements that
Right.
need to be made from last week that we can get better
Right.
at. So the
Right.
guys will have an opportunity to improve on those things,
Right.
and we're looking forward to going back out. We've had a great week of
Yeah.
practice and working on those details that
Right.
we felt last week were slipping a little
Right.
bit, and the guys have embraced the challenge,
Yeah.
and we're looking forward to getting better.
Yeah. Weather's been great this week too.
Oh,
I know
man.
y'all love practicing inside when you have to, but it's nice
Yeah.
to be able to get outside and
Yeah,
feels like fall just a little bit.
a little bit. Coach
Yeah.
Thomas was talking about that earlier today, that we've been blessed, we've been fortunate,
Yeah.
and we've kind of dodged some of these rainstorms
Right.
a little bit. We thought we had one at Harris County, we thought
Right.
we had one at Cass, and then we thought we had a real bad one at Early County.
Right.
And, a couple of schools 20 miles away had to
Right.
postpone their game. So we got fortunate.
Right.
Well, when that weather comes in, it makes it cool. So
Right. Yeah.
this week in
Yeah.
particular, it's been a cool week of
Yeah.
practice, and it's always good to get out there.
Yeah.
It makes things go a
Yeah.
little bit better when the weather's like this and starts feeling like this. You start feeling
Yeah.
like fall
Yeah.
football, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Got college starting this weekend
man.
too. But I know obviously the offense, you're thrilled with what those guys are doing. You lose a player like Malachi, you don't just replace a guy like that. But you look at the offense so far this season, so many different players are contributing, starting with obviously Dylan, the quarterback. But that's really been the key, hasn't it? Just having so many guys just really playing a part in it.
Yeah, I mean, look, you don't replace that guy with one guy. You
No.
needs multiple guys, and the guys have embraced that challenge. Obviously, Dylan being back and more comfortable in the offense makes everything better.
Right.
So he's done a tremendous job, and then Caden Thomas and
Yeah.
Peyton Davis and Antonio and
Yeah.
just the entire offense has done a
Right.
great job of trying to go out and execute the way to our standard that we
Right.
want to. And then obviously you talk about the passing game. The guys have done a tremendous job. Calvin Snowberger's really stepped into a big time role, and Julian Jones and Jordan Stringer, a bunch of guys that have played a bunch of ball for us and have really stepped up and made some plays for us.
Yeah, I know. I love watching Coach Pleasance work with those
Yeah.
linemen at practice.
Yeah.
In that group, kind of unsung.
Yeah,
They
no
don't get
doubt.
their names called out a bunch,
Yeah.
but man, they're doing a great job.
Yeah,
Aren't they?
Noah Stargell
Yeah.
has been our center, and he
Yeah.
got Player of the Week last week. So he's
That's
one of those
awesome. Yeah.
guys that they graded out at 90%.
Wow.
So that group
Yeah.
is playing really well. Obviously, Carson and Freddie Vaughn are the two leaders of that
Right.
group, two returning starters that
Yeah.
are seniors, and just Coach does such a good job of getting
Yeah.
those guys ready to
Yeah.
play. And we always go out on the field, and
Yeah.
we're an undersized group in
Right.
that area, and that'll be no different this week. We'll have to play above our heads,
Mhm.
and but you know as well as I do,
Yeah.
you don't win football games if you don't win in the trenches.
Mhm.
So we're really pleased with the way that Coach Pleasance and then defensively Coach Crocker,
Yeah.
they do such a good job getting
Yeah.
those guys ready to play.
Yeah, that's great. I love when I came here in '02. Coach Crocker, Coach Pleasance were coaching
Yeah.
then. They're still coaching. To me, that's so awesome to
Yeah.
see. So over on defense too, I know y'all played two really good offenses so far in Cass and Early County,
Right.
giving up two touchdowns basically,
Yeah.
and the Cass touchdown came late. So I'm
Yeah.
sure you're really happy with that side
Yeah,
of the ball.
Cass scored 55 this
Yeah.
past Friday,
Yeah.
so
Wow.
that's a credit to our guys,
Yeah.
and they did. They scored at the end when we had subbed,
Yeah.
but they're really talented,
Yeah.
and credit to the defensive staff
Yeah.
and the kids just played really, really hard. Coach Thomas, Coach Thrasher, Coach
Yeah.
Edie, and Coach Crocker put together
Yeah.
a great game plan in those games. And Early County, you might overlook them a little bit in some aspects, but offensively they do such a good job of running the wing tee. And you've got to be rule based. You got to know your job on every play, and you can't slip or they take advantage.
Right.
So they were actually a smaller classification school, but bigger than us in the trenches. So it was a good opportunity for us to get tested in those areas. And the guys played really well.
Yeah.
They can play better. I'll tell you that.
Right. Another guy I wanted to mention, I know y'all have had some injury issues at kicker, Roadhouse. Sammy,
Yeah,
I think.
he got the player of the week,
He
and
stepped in
man,
and done a great job.
he did.
He's kicked
Obviously,
before.
he has. Right. So Cooper and Mason have been out with some injuries,
Yeah.
and Sammy has stepped up in a big time role. He's been our kicker before, and he did a really good job. Went perfect on his PATs, and then obviously kickoff. He had a couple really good ones.
Right.
A couple in the end zone. So we're looking forward to getting those other guys back. But man, Sammy has really stepped up for us big time.
Yeah. I know obviously you don't spend much time looking back, but you've had a lot of great moments as a coach. I know looking back to last year at that second round game at Sandy Creek, to see everything come together that night against a team that easily could have won a state championship, that was a pretty special night for this program, wasn't it?
Yeah, the kids played well. Coaches prepared them, and the kids played their heart out in a big time situation. We are a different team now, but a lot of players played in that game, and it'll be a different game this Friday. We know that. But look, anytime you get a chance to compete against a quality opponent that's well coached, you look forward to those. That's why you sign up to coach. That's why you sign up to play. So it should be a big crowd and a great atmosphere against a really talented, well-coached football team.
Yeah, and also the one thing we found out last year also, as important as this game is, it's not the end of the season.
That's right.
To win or lose, hopefully win. You just want to keep getting better and hopefully kind of peak at the right time of the season.
Yeah, we were relatively young, last year, the third game of the season with a new bunch, really a new team with very few returning starters, and we didn't play our best that first game, and we just need to make sure we don't have another setback like that and continue to do the little things right and let the chips fall. Look at the way the power rankings work, the way all this stuff works. You get an opportunity to move up or down in it based off your play in the regular season, and then when it's all over, you hope to be in a position to be in the playoffs and have a chance like we had last year.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. Like the college football gets started, I know you'll be pulling for those Gators.
No doubt. They got Long Island this weekend, and then they jump into the hardest schedule in the country. So
good gosh.
Yeah, but Billy said, I think at one of those media days, spot the ball. We've kind of stole that from him, but he look at the end of the day, you can do all the talking you want to do, but you got to play the game. So we're excited about it, man. They've got a really good team, and they're going to play a bunch of really good football teams, and it's exciting for sure.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, got Tristan back behind.
No doubt. LSU Clemson this weekend. Had a coach from Clemson call me last week and just went on and on about how well Tristan's done during camp and just his behavior, his attitude, his work ethic, all the intangibles that you want to hear. Obviously, he's a playmaker and a good player, always has been. But the growth in his maturity has been just unreal. So they're excited about him. we're excited about all the other players. Jaden Liggins starting at guard at UAB.
Nice.
Malachi's
Okay.
in the rotation at running back at Liberty.
Yeah.
Parker Shattuck's in the rotation at linebacker at South Alabama. There are guys, Malik Kemp's back playing quarterback for Mississippi Valley, and Malachi's at Fort Valley, and just guys all over the place. At Colgate, J.J. Johnson's up there. He's getting ready. He's in the rotation at safety at DB, and just a bunch of guys. I'm going to miss somebody, but we got a bunch of guys around the country playing ball, and man, it's an exciting thing to see.
It's a good thing that you're having trouble remembering all those
guys.
That's
right. That's right. No doubt about that.
It's going to be a fun night, Coach. I wish you all the best of luck, and I appreciate the time as always.
Appreciate it. Go Grangers.